what good is a book if somebody didn't tell you about it? So this book we put together with some wonderful Catholic women. It's called A Place to Belong, and it's letters from Catholic women. And so Missy was just telling me she loves to read this like before bed. It's like each chapter is a letter from a woman who is living some aspect of the feminine genius. Either she's a mom or she's a young woman, or but they just offer some beautiful insights into living the gift of being a faith-filled woman of God. And then this is a beautiful classic. It's called Abandonment to Divine Providence. You may have heard of this before. This is a classic. And the beautiful premise of it that I think is so helpful for women is that when we surrender and believe that God takes care of everything, it kind of takes the burden, lightens the burden, and we realize that God really is, He can affect change that we can't. And our job is to surrender to His will. So it's written by Jean-Pierre de Caussade, and he wrote this for laity because he knew that at the time people were hearing these spiritual things, but they had to be in like priesthood, or they had to be nuns. He's like, that's not fair. People need to hear this. Everybody needs to hear this. And so these are a collection of his writings to help everyone at any time. This has been out for many, many years. Like he wrote this in the 1700s, I believe. Yes. So it's kind of timeless, and that's what truth is. It's like it just transcends time, but it gives us some really solid principles on which to build our trust in God and our faith in Him. And the last one is actually written by a daughter of St. Paul, and she's from Metairie. This is called Come to Me, and it's Living the 9 First Fridays. So the first Fridays are all centered on the Sacred Heart of Jesus. We've talked a lot about the Heart of God. She wrote these beautiful reflections on living the 9 First Fridays, because that's a really beautiful tradition in the church of attending Mass and experiencing the sacraments 9 consecutive Fridays for specific intentions, and all of the blessings and graces that come through that. So she did this reflection to help people understand how it can really help you in your daily life. So these books, again, are at the table in the back. But you could also go visit the sisters in Metairie. I'm sure they would love to see you, and you can tell them how much fun we had today. And then obviously there's a Bible that I was using, but I didn't bend any pages or hold anything, so you're good. So I do want to let you know that anytime we do any missionary work, we hold every person that we will meet and we have met in our own prayers. So I like to think of it, I read this in a book once, that the nun said that whenever the intentions came, that we put it in the crook of our sleeve. So I have you in the crook of my sleeve, just like I had Tobias, right there. So I will be praying for each one of you, for all of those intentions and needs that are too deep for words, but God knows them. And I will be, we spend a daily hour of adoration before the Blessed Sacrament in our prayer, and we pray together as a community. So I will be praying for all of you, and you have been prayed for by the sisters here, but also by about 85 powerhouses of prayer in our mother house. So, and also we do, the Daughters of St. Paul, we do a Christmas concert, and I believe this year we're going to do another one at Jesuit High. So just keep your ears open. It'll probably be a weekend in December near Christmas time. And the sisters have nun choreography that goes along with it. So it's quite a sight. but we really are, as I mentioned in my first talk, like the beauty of hearing sisters sing it's a real blessing even for me, and I'm part of it. So it's a great way also to just celebrate the whole meaning of that season as well. There is something on the back that lists my Instagram account. So I do kind of artwork there. So it's listed at the bottom of my description of who I am. It tells you where you can find me on Instagram. But our sisters, we're also present online. So if you just do hashtag Media Nuns, you'll find Daughters of St. Paul, because that's what we are, the Media Nuns. All right? So now there's going to be time for you to kind of just socialize. There's also time for you to go and look at the book table, and we will have an hour of adoration together.